CIP, if you hear about your CIP program, CIP is your customer identification program, and that is all about who is your customer. Okay, so we're going to ask certain bits of information about all of our customers, and then we're going to verify that information through some process, and it's our customer identification program. We're going to go through this process to make sure that we are comfortable that this person is who they say they are. And that's CIP in a nutshell. It's a one and done exercise. We're going to go through CIP. We're going to verify that this person is who they say they are. And then we're going to be comfortable. Okay, Kevin is who he says he is. That's all about who is your customer. But the next step is CDD, or customer due diligence. And that's the what, where, when, why, and how relative to the who. Okay, so we're going to ask certain questions. Okay, Kevin, we're comfortable that you are who you say you are, but what do you do for a living? Where is all this money coming from? What do you plan on doing with that money? What types of transactions are you going to engage in? If you're getting a loan, what is the purpose of this loan, and where, how are you going to get the money to pay it back? What types of international transactions might you be involved in? But we're going to develop what we call a customer risk profile, and we're going to figure out enough about our customer so that we know what is normal activity for that customer, so we can be on the lookout for things that just don't make sense or things that are unusual. Okay, so CDD is the what, where, when, why, and how relative to the who. But then there's another acronym you need to know, and it is either EDD or ECDD, and that is enhanced customer due diligence. So customer due diligence is all about asking questions and understanding things about your customer. And then we're going to update that over time because things change. We'll get to that in just a moment. But enhanced customer due diligence are special rules or special types of questions or special monitoring for higher risk customers. Now, these higher risk customers, it doesn't necessarily mean that these customers are bad or it's negative anyway. It's just because of the nature of their business or just their circumstances, we may have special questions or special following up or special monitoring that we put in place just because they're a little bit higher risk than maybe our average customer is. Okay, so that's enhanced customer due diligence. And then the last thing we're going to talk about as part of this program is CDDBO. Okay, so customer due diligence for beneficial owners. Because here's the thing, you have a lot of customers, believe it or not, that are legal entities. Okay, now from money laundering perspective, legal entities are a great tool to move things around, right? You just take a legal entity, you drop a bunch of assets or money or put an account in its name, and then you change the ownership of the legal entity and sell it to other people. And that's a great way to, go through that layering process, right? You can move assets through legal entities and corporations and things along those lines. And shell companies, you've probably heard that before, because it is like a shell game. You put something into the shell and then you can move it around and change ownership, and it can help facilitate that money laundering process. So customer due diligence of beneficial owners, or this CDDBO, it's a special part, or it's a special rule just for your legal entity customers, where we're going to find out who are the beneficial owners, who are the people that own and operate this company. Think of it as a wider net. Okay, for CIP, we're going to determine who this person is, or we're going to verify that this company is a real company and that it really exists. That's CIP because that's your customer. But we're going to get a little more information about our legal entities. We're going to find out who are the actual people that are associated with this legal entity.